Hello everybody, this is Eric Leung again. Let me check the mic. The mic is working. And the day today is March 15th, Sunday, Vancouver time, almost 12 midnight right now. And before I start, I was thinking, should I use English to do this or should I use Cantonese to do this? Let me try to use English first to do the analysis for the stock market in Hong Kong, in America, in also in London, Japan, and the world. You know, this week is very special because the stock market, dropped so much. And even today, just about few hours ago, about 6 hours ago, the Federal Reserve Department in USA try to reduce the interest rate by 1%, 1 full percent. And after beginning of March, they reduced the interest rate by about 0.5%. And add up within this month, the interest rate was dropped by 1.5% already. So since 2008, this is a very, very big, suddenly big drops in interest rate. The primary objective is to try to save Dow Jones to pull it back into a higher level. So right now, let's take a look at the stock market. Okay, right now before New York stock market start. Okay, let's take a look at other market in Asia. For example, take a look at Hang Seng Index. Hang Seng Index is in front of us right now, right here. Okay, I expect that Hang Seng Index will drop at least up to 21,500 points, up to this level at least. Okay, so that, but it means that it will drop to this level, 21,500 points. Okay, and will it stop? Will it go further down? Right now, okay, quite difficult to say, but at least, okay, there will be further reduce or drop in Hang Seng Index for sure. On the other hand, take a look at the stock market in London, England. Now this is, oh my goodness, take a look at the London market. I think the worst scenario to London is right now they do not have a better solution to solve the problem, to stop the coronavirus to spread out. So investor lost quite a lot of confidence to, the London government. So, well, we can see that the London market is quite difficult to get back at this time, unless the UK government has a better policy to deal with the coronavirus. How about Japan? Nikkei Index. Okay, Nikkei Index. So you look at Japan, also drop a lot. Okay, let's take a look at 5 year. This is Japan 5 year. You can see that. Similarly, Japan also still, up to now, cannot stop the spread of the coronavirus, and more people get infected, and so that the stock market, showing the loss of confidence of the investors. So it's still going down, and no good signs or signal to go up right now. How about Taiwan? Taiwan market. When you look at Taiwan market, you can see it's better than Japan. At least we can see Japan. We don't see a bottom. We don't see where it will stop. But Taiwan, at least we can find out that up to 9,320 points, 9,320 points, there will be a supporting line here. So it means that 9,320, just about right now it's about 9,700 points. So about 400 points, then Taiwan market will get a support. Okay, now go back to Dow Jones. This is Dow Jones right here. Okay. Now Dow Jones yesterday, increased by about almost close to 2,000 points. Okay, but when you compare to the chart right here, you can see that on March 12th, the lowest was 21,154 points, while last trading day the lowest was 21,285 points, which is actually quite close to each other. When you said that it jumped by 2,000 points, but technically speaking, when we look at the graph, okay, there was not much increase because this is just two parallel bottom lines, and where the lowest point is quite close, so that the increase of 2,000 points yesterday or last trading day was misleading to many investors. They thought that Dow Jones just jumped up by 2,000 points, but actually when you look at the graph yesterday and the day before yesterday, so basically these two lines is parallel to each other. Okay, look at this. Okay, just a little bit increase. Then when it will stop, I try to raise up the question. Okay, this is 5-year Dow Jones. Okay, so last lowest point was about 21,700, but now it's much lower. Okay, and when you look at the left hand side, we don't see a lot of strong support until we come to about 20,400 points. So if 20,400 points we get some support, it means that right now closing at 2,300, 2,300, 200, 2,300 and 2,300. So there will be about another 3,000 points. My goodness. So Dow Jones again still have about 3,000 points, gap to drop before it come to next resistance or next supporting line. And this is the fact. Sometimes people will think, a lot of people will think, government policy reduce the interest rate by 1%, total of 1.5% this month, and federal government try to buy back many treasury bills, and actually try to send billions money into the market, hopefully to bring up the stock price again. But however, at this time, by economic point of view, the problem came from, number one, actually the production train was broken. Some supplies could not be obtained, and so some factories, they cannot run by full capacity, or they have to shut down some of their facilities or plants, and especially the automobile industries. And as well, the big drop in oil prices last week also caused a lot of USA company, especially those oil related company or chemical related company, will not have any profit in 2020. And besides the coronavirus, it seems that just start in United States right now, and even UK does not have a solution, and even a lot of important people, well-known movie stars and so on, they also got positive, infected. So psychologically, the investor basically lost a lot of trust about the future of 2020. They lost trust about the GDP. They lost trust about the production. They lost trust about the increase in consumer demand. And so finally the conclusion will be the economy will go to a recession. A recession means that unemployment will increase, okay? And also GDP will drop a lot. And if this is the fact, even though you increase the interest rate as a short-term policy, it won't help. Even though you suddenly you said you want to buy back a lot of bonds, treasury bills, the money, well, for example, in Asian market, let's say in Hong Kong, the Hong Kong people still have savings, still have money in their pocket. But the economy go down, the Hang Seng Index go down, not because they don't have money. It's because that they, even they have money, they cannot go out to spend the money. They have to lock themselves at home or reduce their activities because of the coronavirus. So right now, this is not the only concern of money. It does not mean that I give you money, then you can go to spend and so on, and then to stimulate the market to raise up, the profit of the industry of. This is not this way, not this point. Even though you have money, you can see that many governments, already tell us to restrict our activities. Try not to go to, public areas. Even today, in USA, in New York, they try to shut down the bars and the restaurant. The bars for about 14 days. So even the President of America give you $1 million today, you still cannot go to the bar to spend it. Then what for? So the investors are very, very smart. They notice about that. It means that the stock market will still carry on to drop. And this is Eric Leung on March 15, 2020. And Dow Jones will still have 3,000 points to drop, and this is just about 9 hours before the New York stock market, reopen again. Now this is about stock analysis, and coming next part 2, I try to talk about tutorial, about stock analysis, about next move. Before I try to do market analysis, but I found that just doing market analysis, then when you look back to this video in the future, you don't find it interesting because all the data, everything passed already. But if I try to add it together, at the first part I talk about market analysis so that you will find out that this information are helpful to you at this moment. The second part I will talk about theoretical or how to do analysis yourself in the future, so that to help you to earn more money or to help you to save you from losing money. So I write down some notes. I think I have about altogether 15 chapters, 15 topics to talk about. So I try to spend 15 video to finish this one, and every time I will do analysis for up-to-date stock market, and then I'll try to in sequence to talk about the tutorial. And part 1 I'm going to talk about right now is supply and demand theory. Now this stock analysis next move, this topic is basically for majority in the community, in the society. So no matter where you come from, no matter your background, so I do hope that after listening to this video, you know how to do your analysis just like Eric, like me in the future, so that you can what will be the next move in stock market. Now Topic number one today, we're talking about supply and demand from basic. So of course, if you already knew about this, then you don't have to listen. But the way I present is totally different. Number one, I don't have a book beside me. Everything is right here. Okay, since 1980, I studied in Washington State University, major in finance. And then after that, I got my master, same university, in economics. And then I switched to computer science department to study computer science. And also I participate in stock market since 1970s, okay, not 1980s. So based on so much experience and also exposure to stock market, especially in Hong Kong, Hong Kong is one of the most active, stock market in the world. And so now topic number one, supply and demand. I'm not talking about supply and demand in basic economics books. I'm talking about supply and demand in stock market. So price, any price come from supply and demand. If more people want to buy a stock, then the stock will push up the stock price, right? Because we bid for a stock. So if the market price is $10, we want to buy it, we may say $10.10, $10.20. If we cannot buy it, we will say $10.30. So if more people want to buy, then the price will push up. Okay. But supply, on the other hand, you want to buy, but if there's a big supplier, he or she want to sell out his stock. Okay. Then if he has lots of stock to sell, on that day, the demand is only about maybe three buyers, okay, and they only want to buy, a limited quantity of stocks, of stock A, let's say, and there are many suppliers. Now in this case, supply more than demand, so that they try to compete to each other. Suppliers try to compete to each other to sell out the stock. So if one supplier try to sell at $10, then the other one to sell quick, then he may sell at 9.9, and the third supplier, she may want to sell at 9.7 or 9.5, and then number four seller, she or he doesn't want to wait. She just say, I want to sell at 8.5. Wow, big drop. And then the last one said, wow, no, I expect that the market will go further down. I would rather sell at 7.9, another big drop. So supply more than demand, then the stock price will go down. Just like last few days and this week, there are many suppliers, many sellers. So in this case, the price will go down suddenly, and there will be big drops. Okay, so supply and demand in the stock market controlling the stock price. More supply, less demand, price go down. Opposite, if there are more buyers, okay, and then less supply, the price will go up. Okay. Also, if the number of supply and demand, are quite similar, equivalent, then depend on expectation. If more people expect that the stock market will go up, okay, and then the price also will be up. So supply and demand in a stock market controlling the stock price. This is very important. Okay. On the other hand, there are many factors affecting the demand side. For example, federal government right now in USA, they want to buy back treasury bill, buy back bonds. That means on the other hand, they will spend lots of money, tons of money, billions of US dollars, and they want to spend the money and put it back into the market, put it back into the customer's hand. Commercial bank first, and then through the commercial bank, they want to lend as loan to the customers, so the customer has more money. Once they have more money, hopefully they will buy back, more stock. Okay, this is how to change the demand. Okay. On the other hand, supply side, okay, if they expect that the market is going up, then less people will try to sell. They want to keep the stock, then the supply will be less. Okay, and also if production increase, okay, so that for example, talking about commodity, if production increase, then more supplies that oil. more supply of oil. Then OPEC now increased the production together with Russia. So in this case, the oil price will drop suddenly from $50 per barrel to about 33 per barrel. So because of change of production, more supply. And so in this case, the oil price stock in the market, people expect that they will not earn money. So in this case, the price will drop. What I'm talking about right now is when you try to investigate, when you try to look into supply and demand, both of them, okay? For example, demand side will have many factors. Supply side also have many factors. So if you really want to study them one by one, that will be very time consuming, and you have to use lots of time. So there's a shortcut. The shortcut is, we know supply and demand bring up, come to a price. So when the price go up and down, this is the result of the supply and demand, which is the result of many other factors. So the shortcut, if you learn from me, from this tutorial, is try not to think about the supply, try not to think about the demand. Try not to think about the interest rate reduction by Federal Reserve. Okay? Try not to think about how Donald Trump, how the current president will increase the spending to try to stimulate the market. No, don't study those. Just study the market price of that particular stock. Just like me, for example, give you an example. You just study the Dow Jones Industrial Average itself, okay, the index itself, and then you'll find out that just from the index itself, well, it comes from supply and demand, right? Then we found out that, this chart tells us that Dow Jones will carry on to drop for sure. And the next stop is 20,500 next stop. And most likely, Dow Jones will come to this point, 18,000 points. Okay, the price, the index by itself tell me that Dow Jones, most likely will go back to 18,000 points, and the next one most likely will be 20,500 points. Okay, so just by looking at the index itself, just like looking at the price itself, then we can find out the future movement or future result of the commodity, of the price of the stock or the index itself. Okay, so we don't have to be affected by many fiscal policy, monetary policy, and many other economists, forecasts and so on. And that's why you want to learn from Eric, learn from me about how to do the analysis. And very important, if Dow Jones really follow my forecast again, and then you should carry on to watch my next video. I try to use about 15 video to complete my tutorial book, and this is called Stock Analysis Next Move by Eric Hotung Leung. Chapter 2, we will talk about most active stocks compared to not active stock in volume. Of course, okay, every time we'll talk about the current analysis of the stock market, and then we'll talk about the theoretical topic, the tutorial for chapter 2. And altogether there are about 15 chapters. For people that are interested about the complete tutorial, I may tell you the chapter 3 will be fundamental company financial analysis, and chapter 4 interest rate and stock prices, chapter 5 recession and stock prices, chapter 6 inflation and stock prices compared to real stock prices, chapter 7 political stability and stock prices, chapter 8 sudden world crisis, just like the COVID-19. Chapter 9 only relate to most likely perfect, competitive, and open and free exchange market. I mean, when you want to buy and sell stock. And then next chapter, chapter 10, okay, starting chapter 10 will be another section that is called technical analysis. So chapter 10, technical analysis, price charts, okay, pick the right one. And then chapter 11, colored chart or not. Chapter 12, no others technical analysis tools except HSI 9. And the next chapter, time frame for the stock analysis chart, day chart, 5 days chart, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. And the next chapter, watch for X and Y axis ratio, be consistent, same ratio, same software, same computer, same equipment. Last chapter, stock analysis traps, TRAP traps, software errors, such as Yahoo also has error, okay, sometimes, internet crash, and also not updated chart because of hardware, and also solutions for that. So you can see that this will cover the fundamental analysis as well as the technical analysis, altogether about 15 chapters. So I try to use 15 videos starting from now. Today is chapter 1, and then we'll finish this in hopefully in about 1 week, about 2 tutorials. So 4 weeks will be 8 tutorials, maybe 2.5 months. Then we will finish this online tutorial, online book. If the feedback is good, then I'll try to make it into writing in the future. Okay, but we'll see the feedback from all of you. I do hope that if you like this video, try to give me a like, and also try to share with your friends. So hopefully more people will learn from my technique, which already consists of more than 40 years experience since 1970. I'm now 61 years old. So hopefully before I retire, I can tell some people that how to buy and sell stock by efficient way. At least what the market will go tomorrow, go up or go down or horizontal. Okay, so thank you very much for your watching. This is Eric Hotung Leung, and please click like, and also if you like to continue to watch my video, please subscribe my video and also share with your friends. Thank you. Bye bye.